Hey, what's up, guys? This is Gerardo Morillo here, and today we're going to be talking about stop being too nice. I originally was a very nice guy, a very kind-hearted guy. I'm a very, I'm a spiritual man. I was probably more spiritual than I realized when I first came to this planet because I had that kind of very genuine compassion, very genuine niceness, sweetness, kind of like how Jesus Christ was. Jesus Christ was very nice. He was very humble. He desired to help other people. And you know what they did to Jesus Christ? You know, they burned him on the cross many times, and they insulted him, they disrespected him, and whatnot. Today's time is very tricky to be too nice because we live in a survival-based world. There are multiple levels and there are multiple different stages to the game called life, and depending on their awareness, they're going to respond to you in several different ways. So level one is the animal world. Is a survival-based world where everyone is competing with each other to get their selfish needs and desires met. And what are those? What are some of those things? Food, money, sex, the ability to propagate. So when you take a look around any sort of environment, you'll see that people are competing with each other to look better than somebody else, to get better social recognition, to get better social fame. So when it comes to niceness, you got to realize that people are really in it for their own benefit. So they will like you when you're the nice ones because this will glorify them and their ego, and it will feed their compliments. It feeds them compliments so they feel good about themselves. So when you are the nice one, you're feeding their kind of sense of superiorness. And you got to juggle this because this gets a little complicated because you can use that sort of tactic to your advantage to start winning people over to your side by tailoring to their ego. And once you do that, you can pretty much get a giant army of people who respect you and like you because you are tailoring to the ego. But there's a difference, right? When I'm talking about nice in this video, I'm actually talking about over compromising who you are, not expressing your full self, being too fearful to speak your mind and to speak your truths. So being niceness, you can say, is actually a fear-based strategy. It's a fear-based tactic. So when one is too nice, is because one is fearful or perhaps they are trying to manipulate in some kind of way. Because sometimes niceness is a manipulative tactic to get people to like you, get their approval, or to somehow covertly get your way and needs met. However, I don't want to confuse this with being respectful. When you are respectful to other people, you get respect back. People like you, people respect you, and it's because you're coming from a place of higher power now, of a higher status, higher power. You're demonstrating very attractive qualities, attractive attributes, and people will respect you for that. So what I mean by nice, once more, is that you want to essentially stop compromising who you are. Now, the problem with the niceness thing is that there's multiple degrees to this sort of thing. There's multiple levels. At the bottom tier, niceness represents fear. People will disrespect you and people will take advantage of you. People will bully you if you're too nice at the bottom tier. As you climb up and you climb up, you'll find out that niceness is actually a very good strategy to kind of, butter someone up. This way that it warms them up. You give them a friendly compliment, and now they feel more comfortable with you in the interaction. And this one is very popular. This one's not going anywhere soon. Everyone likes compliments. Everyone likes to feel like they are valuable. Everyone likes their self-esteem to be perceived in a positive way. Everyone wants to look positive. That's the whole point. Like the whole point in life is that you want to do the right things so that people like you. So when you give someone a compliment, it validates that idea that they are they are worthy, they are something special, they are nice, they're good people. And that's effectively what being niceness does. But once more is that there is different degrees to niceness. Niceness is the bottom tier. You'll get disrespected, you'll get bullied, you'll get taken advantage of for the rest of your life. I promise you that, guys. If you're too nice, people will take it. People will disrespect you forever. Now, the counter to this is when you start owning the fact that you need to defend yourself. When you need to say, okay, stop what you're doing. Call them out on it. Call them out on their bullshit, and do not let it slide by. Because a lot of times in the program-based reality, people are animals, and they're trying to get their needs met covertly or directly. So when someone is insulting you, when someone is trying to take advantage of you, they are saying that I am better than you, and that you are my slave, you are submissive to me, and you should be for that very reason. Now here's what you do. You you stop it. You stop it right there and then. You interrupt that pattern. And I know like a lot of nice guys, they mean well and they're genuine nice people. But when you are being bullied or when someone is trying to disrespect you, they are exploiting you. They are taking advantage of you. And they're putting you in a lose situation, which means that you have to like stop that pattern, call them out on it. Once you call them out on it, usually what happens is that they will stop. They will stop being disgusting and rude. So this is when you alter reality in a way where you 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 stop allowing the things that people are doing incorrectly to you. Now, I don't also once more I don't want to just like I'm just going to add this real quick. I don't want people to be assholes. I don't want people to be nice niceness. What I'm saying is don't be a pushover because when you are a pushover, people are going to take advantage of you, advantage of you for too long. This will damage your self-esteem because you're not able to protect yourself. And it will make you feel worthless and it will make you feel powerless and it will make you feel vulnerable. And this is why it is very, very, very important to stop the niceness. And again, you got to juggle this because with certain people you do got to be nice to. Like I don't know, like with the boss, if your boss is paying you, you got to be a little nice to them, right? And then to other kind of like players of the game of life who are at a high level, it kind of goes back to the same thing is that you got to be nice to them. But there's a way about it where you can be nice, you can be respectful without taking the inferior position, without taking the slave position. And it's important that you understand that you are not here to compromise who you are for someone else's benefits. Okay? Because you are not a slave. Other people, they're nothing. They're nobodies. There are other people, there are other gamers, there are just other players of game life trying to selfishly acquire their needs met, their needs and their desires met. So you need to be aware of that. When people give you respect, you give people respect as well. And then there's these weird scenarios where people are covertly or indirectly trying to make you into the inferior position so that they can state their dominance, they can feel superior, or they can feel good. Now, my problem with this is me coming from actually a really high level, this stuff is primitive. I kind of look at them like they're fucking bunch of kids. And I see grown men do this too, where they try to like put you in the inferior position because they want to feel like they're powerful. But behind every single kind of desire usually comes from a pain point. So when someone's so like trying to over dominate you, try to tell you what to do and try to command you, usually what this means is they felt powerless at one point, and that is why they seek power. So to summarize this video, stop being too nice. You can be respectful, you can be loving, you can be kind, you can be sweet, especially with certain people. Certain people you can be nice, you can be friendly, you can be caring, but you got to understand that most people on this planet operate on the level of the animals. This world that we live in is very animalistic, it's very primitive, it's very survival based. Everyone in this world is trying to compete with somebody else to kind of do this I'm better than you type of thing, and you are going to listen to me. Guys, I promise you, this is very important what I just said here. Very important. You'll notice this, that wherever you go, someone is trying to challenge you to be better than you so they can tell you what to do and whatnot and get their little gratifications out of it. Because we live in a social hierarchy system. Humans are social creatures, and they're socially programmed to want to do better than the next guy so that they can go high on the social rank. This is very important, guys. Keep this in mind because you're going to see this for the rest of your life. I promise you. So the goal here is know when you can be nice. Be nice, be sweet, be caring, be respectful. I encourage those things, but be careful because most of these people are not operating on a fair level. They're operating on how can you get my needs met? Wolf, and especially with me not doing anything for it. It's like, hi, give me money. And then you ask them why. Because I said so. Right? That's not fair. And then some nice people will say, oh, okay, here you go. And they just extracted energy from you. They just used you. Anyways, that is all for today's video. Stop being too nice. Be respectful. Get respect back. Be loving. Get love back. But with most people, you got to be careful with this because they are not operating in the same kind of game. They're not playing the same rules. They're playing the survival-based reality. Thank you so much for watching these videos. This is Gerardo Morillo. Until next time, friends.